Ukraine is a beautiful country. The eye doesn't cease to enjoy its wide fields, dense forests, rivers with clear water. The country is overcoming numerous challenges, once again demonstrating to the world the perseverance of Ukraine's character. Contemplating such beauty, one can't help but realize the importance of protecting the natural heritage. At the same time, we have to move forward with the rest of the mankind, following worthy examples from leading countries and organizations. And now we are overcoming the energy crisis, relying on clean energy sources and latest technical developments. Each of us can take a step that would lead to one's confidence in the future and to the development of Ukraine. Solar energy. This industry illuminates the achievements of the mankind and manifests environmental protection. It is a testament that scientific inventions better the lives of everyone. The sun, it is available at any point of the Earth's surface, in any part of our country. Unlike some other technologies, a solar power plant can be installed on any roof, on any fence, and on any land plot that cannot be used, for example, for agriculture or industrial purposes. At the same time, there are no losses in electricity transmission. Compare it to the traditional power generation coming from a nuclear or thermal power station, which functions in a way that a cable line transports power where the consumer is. In the case of solar, we can bring together the power generation and consumption. 7 years ago, the founders of Rentechno understood the prospects and, more importantly, the convenience and importance of solar energy for customers. Step by step, gaining valuable experience, the company has concentrated all of its technical, financial, legal, and other know-how to rapidly move ahead, to provide its customers with the most effective solutions for development. Rentechno is one of the first companies operating in Ukraine's solar energy market. So if you contact us, you can be guaranteed the service delivery of the highest quality. Your solar power plant will be working better than if you go to any other company that does not have the same experience. So what is this experience about? Experts appraise thorough project planning enabled by license programs. A long and fruitful collaboration with various equipment suppliers made it possible to produce the most optimal solutions, taking into account component features. Qualified specialists are ready to offer their own innovations. What's more, the company has been engaging partners from the financial and legal fields to facilitate the issuance of credits, proper registration of the solar power plants, and the setup of work processes according to the green tariff. By now, we had clearly understood and learned which equipment we should choose, how to design and build solar power plants so that they can effectively work for more than 25 years. We represent our clients in front of district and regional electricity distribution companies. We work to help them obtain all sorts of permits. We accompany them from A to Z while also building power plants. Rentechno realized how important and gratifying it is to provide a client with a turnkey solar power plant. When aspirations of a customer and contractor meet, this is where the constant movement towards perfection begins. Serhiy Omelyanenko lives in the village of Ivanivka in the Kirovohrad region. For many years, he has been working as a farmer, until the moment when the climate conditions deteriorated and doing business became increasingly risky. In our area, in the Kirovohrad region, especially in its central part, there are extreme conditions for agriculture. The days are getting hotter, but the amount of rainfall has decreased significantly. The entrepreneur has started to seek an alternative to growing corn. During one of extreme years, this was 2012, I went into the field and looked at the corn, which was practically perishing under that beautiful sunshine. There, I asked myself, is there any benefit that could be derived from sunshine? Back then, Serhiy mastered solar business. He read literature and traveled abroad. However, his best partner with the right type of expertise appeared to be closer. Rentechno believe that their competitive advantage lies in the elaboration of all technical and financial aspects of each project. If it is a ground solar power plant, we check the designated use of a land plot, whether we can actually build there a solar power plant. We also test the grid capabilities that are located nearby, whether they could absorb this capacity. Individual planning of each panel, taking into account dozens of factors, is another competitive advantage. So Serhiy has decided to build industrial power plants on his land plots. And not just there. For personal use, he had solar power plants installed on the fence and next to his pool. In addition, Rentechno specialists suggested that Serhiy install solar trackers, a unique solution for Ukraine. These solar trackers follow the sun while catching its most powerful rays. As a result, they produce much more electricity. A successful solar venture has prompted Serhiy to consider expanding his business even further. We are now at the construction site of a new solar power plant. We plan its capacity to be of over 3 megawatt. We plan to launch it into operation sometime in November this year. When we build it, I think it will be an advantage for the economy. It will be an advantage in general and for our country, because the solar power plant would help ensure energy independence of Ukraine. Anatoly got seriously interested in solar energy, having seen the perks which Serhiy has been getting. Serhiy's guidance became a starting point for Anatoly in a completely new field of solar business. It was by pure coincidence I saw a solar power plant at Omelyanenko's and also saw the guys. I invited them to come over and they set it up for me. Unlike Serhiy, Anatoly was not planning on building a large solar power plant for industrial purposes. However, he got interested in gaining profits from solar panels. As a result, he turned for counsel to one of Rentechno specialists. Our company can offer a very large selection of solar panels, but each of them depends on what the customer exactly wants: a standalone, hybrid, or a grid-connected solar power plant. Guided by Rentechno, Anatoly has decided to construct a roof where he would install his own photovoltaic station. The farmer was genuinely surprised how quickly the panels were launched into operation. Rentechno has done everything for us. I do not even know where it all came from. They set up the solar power plant in just 3 days. 3 days, and that is it. Documentation for this power plant, however, took a bit longer, around 2 to 3 months. Relationship management between a power plant owner and a regional electricity distribution company represents another dimension of Rentechno's professional approach. Concluding a proper agreement between the two entities is key to the sustainable sales of surplus electricity and hence a guarantee of clients' revenues. Olena is a gentle and confident entrepreneur specializing in agribusiness. She clearly understands that revenues have to yield new profits, otherwise one cannot provide for a family. Yet, the climate change has also affected her farmstead. First you have to sow, then work on a land plot, finally you have to wait for the rain to fall, but there is no rain. Somehow the climate changed in a way that we now need more rain. Instead we have the sun. So we decided to make money out of it. Olena is in love with her country and its nature. A family solar power plant embodies harmony for her. It represents a combination of environmental friendliness with genuine entrepreneurial zeal. This perhaps reveals the eternal character of a Ukrainian woman who fosters beauty around her while focusing on family prosperity. That is exactly what is needed for the generosity of Ukrainian land to reciprocate. Ukraine is not only about vast fields, fertile soil, wild rivers, and the beautiful blue Black Sea. It is also about a gentle sun, which gives us the opportunity to earn and be confident in our tomorrow. It took Olena just 1 month from generating an idea to set up a solar power plant to concluding all of the agreements and installing the power plant. Rentechno staff were quick and reliable, because not only client-contractor relationships have been binding Olena and the company, but also common values. Ecological situation. It is disappointing in our country and elsewhere in the world. The greenhouse effect, then these holes, exhaust fumes which are released into outer space. We breathe this carbon dioxide that exerts a harmful effect on our health. When solar power plants operate, there are neither emissions nor pollutants. By contrast, as soon as a solar power plant starts operation, in this very moment, for example, in some other corner of our country, some thermal power station starts working at a less than full capacity. Rentechno's vision lies in engaging as many people as possible into a friendly coexistence with nature. Each of their new facilities reduces the burden on the atmosphere, as well as on the rivers, forests, and steppes, while encouraging the protection of flora and fauna of our country. Introducing renewable energy sources is Rentechno's main way to build up close cooperation with their customers. A solar power plant operates without any emissions of any substances into the atmosphere, runs silently, with no polluting factors being released. Therefore, it is quite a modern and clean technology. Rentechno's business idea is to combine modern technologies, high quality of service, and efficient use of funds together with environmental protection and profits for clients. For owners of solar power plants, this represents a double investment, comprised of steady income and care for their land. For the last 7 years, the company has launched dozens of facilities with a total capacity of over 80 megawatt. They are able to provide clean energy for more than 30,000 families. Furthermore, Rentechno is a response to the extremely salient issue of country's energy security. There are some types of solar power plants that are produced using the fuels which Ukraine has to import. When we talk about solar energy, we're talking not only about surplus generation distributed throughout the entire territory, but also about quite a substantial contribution to the energy independence of our country. We do not depend on anyone. The sun is shining for us. Under current conditions, Ukraine's energy independence enables the country's actual independence, as well as our ability to plan for the future, raise children, and prosper. Solar energy is a cutting-edge industry at the peak of technological and scientific development. Every day, Rentechno specialists are studying international best practices to provide services of proper quality. The projects which are currently in operation have intelligent automation systems installed to enable electricity system management in buildings. Reliable and high-capacity batteries are also installed and integrated to ensure autonomous electricity consumption. We work only with top-level equipment. Speaking of solar panels, we work with the top 10 world producers. As far as solar inverters are concerned, over the last years we have been cooperating with the #1 manufacturer in the world. One of Rentechno's own inventions is a solar power plant on trackers that allow for the monitoring of the sun movement across the sky. Trackers significantly increase the effectiveness of solar energy consumption to generate electricity. Thanks to this innovation, energy production increases by 25 to 30%. The aim of Rentechno is to provide each of its clients with a well-functioning power plant in a rapid and convenient manner, so that soon enough they could gain profits. Customers turn to us because they want to reach a high-quality result under a clearly defined timeline, without taking on their shoulders any of the problems which might occur in the process. Basically, they turn to us to receive a turnkey project solution. More and more power plants are producing electricity in the fields of Ukraine. Those which were designed, installed, and launched into operation as a turnkey solution. It is particularly well seen from the height of a bird's flight, a bird that is enjoying the flow of fresh air. Seeing less and less of the black smoke coming out of the pipes of thermal stations, this bird will be seeing instead large, shining mirrors of solar energy. The mirrors reflecting the future of every Ukrainian, a happy and prosperous future, the future that fills the lungs with fresh air. This is the way how Rentechno specialists see the development of our families.